Hey guys, welcome to Primary Wellness. We are talking with Mark Webb. He's the president and founder of High Energy Labs.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome. We're happy to have you. We're going to talk about joint health and how you can take it into your own hands with making sure you have good joints, and we're going to taste a lot of good yummy foods.
That's primarily why I'm here, for all the
good
delicious
stuff.
food and snacks.
Yes, you can take care of your joint health from the things you have in your kitchen. All right, Mark, we're glad you're here.
I am glad to be here. I'm looking at this pineapple. There's like cheesecake that you made, all this delicious stuff that deals with anti-inflammatories, and I'm excited.
There's a lot of different foods that people just have anyway that they don't realize do something medicinal for their bodies. So I'm really excited to share with everybody what kinds of stuff we have. So pineapple is really awesome in a lot of different ways. You gonna eat pineapple with me?
I'm more than happy to eat pineapple.
Chug,
Oh,
chug.
It's so good. Every week on my show I have to eat something because I love food and I love healthy food. It's so good.
One thing about pineapple, not papaya. Pineapple has bromelain in it, which is an enzyme. Doctors will prescribe bromelain to patients that have joint problems, arthritis, the people that are dealing with inflammation due to different diseases or sicknesses and things like that. And that's pineapple's very healthy for you. It also contains lots of fiber.
Yes.
So the fiber in there is good for your digestive system, for your digestive tract, to keep things moving, keep things flowing there. Yeah. Very healthy.
Well, and I've also learned that it's a negative calorie food.
Okay.
So it has a certain amount of calories, but then when you eat it, it actually burns more calories than what you're actually intaking.
I didn't know.
So that's always good.
It's like celery.
Yeah. So if you put pineapple on your pizza, it's guilt-free.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
I don't know about that, but it's healthy. It does help, though.
Yeah, it helps with a lot of things, definitely. So we've got a lot of different foods here that we're going to talk about that are super good for helping with joint and inflammation. Cinnamon is good in so many different ways that I can't even list all the health benefits that cinnamon does for you.
Boosts your metabolism.
Boosts your metabolism.
A lot of people promote it and take it for weight loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Helps with the blood flow, all sorts of things.
Good for your circulatory system, all that stuff.
This one is one that people don't ever know how to use. It's turmeric or turmeric or however you want to say
There's
it.
Some really good
different
recipes my wife does for turmeric chicken or turmeric chicken. Really
and
good.
like curry. And
matter of fact, we were having a barbecue last week.
And you didn't invite me?
No, at the studio, not at my house.
Oh yeah, I was invited to that.
I don't know. You didn't make it though. But anyways, I noticed the stew that was grilling the chicken. I think you put turmeric on there.
Awesome. It's really good. So good for
turmeric, curry, whatever.
Yes, so good for your joints. Anywhere you read what is good for my joints, like I've seen a lot of different videos out there. They've got 5 things, they've got 25 things. Every time this one's listed because it is one of the very best.
I've seen a lot of research for turmeric dealing with, cancer causes inflammation as well. And there's been lots of studies and research done. If you look that up as far as dealing with cancer, turmeric is really good for that too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I actually have turmeric in my cheesecake.
I'm excited for that cheesecake.
It's the secret ingredient.
It's green. It's a little bit spooky because it was green, but it looked really good. So
yes. So if you guys have any questions about joint pain, muscle pain, inflammation, then comment down below. Ask us your questions. We've got Mark here. He is an expert in joint health. So make sure you ask your questions. If you have any, if you're going through anything specific, then let us know. We can help you.
I think the biggest problem in dealing with joint pain, people are very quick to grab that bottle of medicine. The over-the-counter acetaminophen, Tylenol, whatever. Yeah. And, people take that on a regular basis. The truth is it's very damaging to your kidney and to your liver. And a lot of people don't realize that you're damaging your body on a cellular level as well, and it's very
Yeah.
hard to recover and repair from that once you've done that damage to your kidneys. So there are natural things that you can take, like that we're talking about today, for joint pain and inflammation. And there's a lot of supplements, that you can look to, like in going to your health food store. Some of these things are available.
High quality supplements.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Always high
a
quality.
lot of people go, oh yeah, I'm going to get this joint thing from my grocery store or go down to Costco or whatever. But you kind of get what you pay for, is what I've
Yeah.
run into. And so
Yep.
if you're looking for high quality, you want to look for pharmaceutical grade. That means it's of the utmost quality and ingredients. You want to look for clinical doses. And the same thing goes, everyone's heard of glucosamine chondroitin when they run into joint problems, issues, arthritis, inflammation, all that stuff. They'll say, oh yeah, I got to get glucosamine. Glucosamine takes 30 days, 28 to 30 days to kick in and for it to notice. So it has to buffer and build up in your system before it's effective. And the key there is consistency. People don't take those things consistently.
Exactly.
And so
Yep.
if you incorporating, these anti-inflammatory foods into your diet, that's a better way
Yeah.
to go.
Every day.
And that helps. You'll start to notice difference over time once you start doing that. Some things you'll notice right away, like with papaya. Papaya has papain in there. That's also an anti-inflammatory, just like pineapple has
Yeah.
bromelain in it.
I met a really creepy guy once in Hawaii. He was a homeless man.
Really?
And he tried to give us papaya, and we were really scared to take it from him.
Really?
He followed us from the bus
He was
to
like
the beach.
like trying to sell it to you?
He was so scary. No, he just picked it. He thought that would win our hearts.
Okay, by giving you
The
like
papaya. But it was
Those are good,
fresh.
too.
Like it was, from
Sure.
Hawaii. Just picked it off the tree. So,
Yeah.
but
So-
it was good. We ate it, even though we were scared.
But one thing I wanted to tell people about in dealing with like glucosamine and chondroitin and getting what you pay for, a lot of times it comes down to the micronized. So the large particle is like the cheap stuff out of China. It's not ground down and it's not micronized. And if it's micronized, then you're getting more absorbability with that.
Exactly. Your
those
body
ingredients.
knows where to take it to.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many times when people take supplements and vitamins and different things like that, the body can't even digest it because
Yeah.
it's not made properly.
Exactly.
So,
It's not made properly, and your body
Yeah.
doesn't grab it or buffer it or bring it in. So,
Yep. I love it. I love talking about joint health because it's something that goes unnoticed until it's to the point where you
oh,
can't
yeah.
move.
I mean,
Have you
that's
noticed
the
that?
thing. People need to start looking at it and taking care of their joints from a preventative standpoint, rather than when it's never too late to start doing something. I believe
Yeah.
that there's always choices that you can make. There's things that you can incorporate into your diet. There's supplements and things that you can take as well that are beneficial, that are going to help repair the cartilage, the synovial fluid. That's that's the fluid that surrounds the joint
Yeah.
and protects it. But the thing is, once you wear that out, that cartilage, it's very hard to repair it. And the older we get, it's even harder to repair that. So
Yeah.
like when you're in your 20s, 30s, especially prior to, us becoming adults, children repair very quickly and
Yeah.
easy, and they repair that cartilage. But the older we get, our bodies, start to slow down because of our metabolism slows down. Also, we have, part of the aging process, like human growth hormone, which is responsible for our bodies repairing and rebuilding and
Exactly.
restoring. People don't sleep as well. Sleep is a big factor, that helps our body repair and rebuild
Well,
itself.
and I don't think people realize that if you're not getting enough sleep, it's because there's something wrong with your nutrition in some way.
Sure.
I've got 4 kids, and there was a time when they just were not sleeping through the night. That was back before I knew anything about nutrition,
Right.
And so then I found this really awesome mineral supplement that we still use today. And the very first time I had them all take it, they all slept through the night. And
Yeah.
that had
Probably
never
magnesium?
happened. It had magnesium in it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
But it was
the
amazing
problem
just
with
by
kids
minerals.
is, kids a lot of times are very picky eaters, and they have a tendency to have poor diet. So they'll
Yep.
macaroni and cheese, white bread, peanut butter sandwiches,
Yep.
and it's a lot of times it's hard to incorporate some of these healthy ingredients. So, but I don't know any kids that really don't like pineapple or fruit.
Yeah,
Fruit's
I
a
don't
really
either.
easy thing. So rather
Yep.
than reaching for the fruit snacks, try, buying and purchasing fresh fruit to cut
Yeah.
up, like mangoes,
Yep.
papaya.
Well, my kids, their very favorite thing to snack on is frozen fruits that are just
Really?
in the freezer. They'll just get a bowl
Yeah, we
of
get
frozen
those too.
berries or frozen mangoes or something. They love them.
Those make good smoothies.
Yeah, they do. They're way good. And even just sticking this stuff in a smoothie, like this one right here is hemp seed, and there's so many people that
We
don't
tried to
know
smoke
about
that
hemp
earlier,
seed.
but it didn't work.
Don't tell anybody. But it is so amazing for so many different things. It's one of those things people like to call a superfood.
Yeah.
And it helps reduce inflammation, and it is a good protein source. It's actually a complete protein.
Sure.
There's not very many plants that are a complete protein and have all of those things. So even just having garlic,
Oh, garlic's good too. Keeps
You
the
know?
vampires away.
it keeps the vampires away and your spouse if they also have it.
Well, that's why you got to get them to eat
Yeah,
it
you
as
both
well.
have
So
to-
if you both are putting
for
in
your
the meal,
health.
then it's not a problem. right?
Yeah, exactly. So all of these things, it's a little, this is the same kind of family. This
What's that
is
one?
I just forgot what it's called, the cayenne pepper.
Okay. That's really
Same
good if you
kind
got
of
a
story
cold.
as cinnamon too. Kind of does roughly the same kind of
Yeah.
thing, but is super powerful. Really good if you have a cold. Cleans those sinuses, gets that blood flowing. Make a really good chili. Put turmeric and cayenne and cinnamon in it.
I make this concoction for my kids whenever they're sick and they struggle to put it down. So I do like vinegar, the apple cider vinegar, and I'll mix that with cayenne pepper, honey, and lemon juice, and kind of get it warm, a little bit warm in the microwave. Mm-hmm. Oh, most of them don't like it. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
I'm sure.
But it does do
it
the trick.
sounds
It
like it'd
clears
be
out your
very
throat.
helpful.
Gets rid of the congestion and everything else. And
I would
basically,
do it.
that shock, based on the vinegar, throws out your pH out of balance, which then
Okay.
boosts and kicks up your immune system.
I like it. Yeah, I do the apple cider vinegar
Really?
all the time,
Awesome.
just to kind of
It's
help
good for
with
your
things.
metabolism as well.
Yeah. Yep. It totally is.
Enzymes.
Yeah,
Make sure it
there
has
is.
the mother.
Mother,
The
yes.
mother apple cider vinegar.
Yes. You always have to think about your mother.
So what about the cashews?
Cashews are really good. They've got those good oils in them. And then just the same, pretty similar to the hemp seed, is those cashews have a good source of the protein as well as the anti-inflammatory.
Right.
Walnuts are really awesome. Cashews and almonds,
Right.
all of those things.
One thing, talking about oils in nuts and things like that, one thing that's very beneficial if you're running into joint pain, problems, issues like that, would be fish oil or
Yeah.
omega. If people don't want to do the fish, they can do the omega-3 fatty oils, incorporate those into your diet. Those are very healthy. You can take the raw oils. You can take coconut oil, is also very beneficial. A lot of people do pulling. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah,
So
I've done that.
I've done that a few times before. Basically, you're taking the coconut oil and holding it in your mouth for a while, and then spitting it out. And it has a coconut oil is an antiseptic, so it basically kills bacteria that's in your mouth and everything like that. So it's very
Yeah.
healthy. And then
really
also it helps with your joint and helps protect the joints and helps keeping everything moving, fluid, all that stuff.
Awesome.
So looks like you got a question there.
Oh, so Mike Allred says, I broke my feet 2 years ago. They ache really bad after a hard day of work. Ibuprofen is my friend. What can I do different?
That is not a fun thing to break your feet. I've never done that, but to me that sounds very painful because then you can't move around. It's basically stuck in a wheelchair. So, I don't know how long ago this happened to
2
you.
years.
Oh, it's 2 years
These are
ago.
2
Are you
years.
if you're still seeing symptoms, the best thing I would do is incorporate these foods in your diet that we talked about. And then another thing I would do, fish oil, I would do the glucosamine chondroitin. One thing that you can look into that's very beneficial is greenlet mussel. So greenlet mussel it's a shellfish out of New Zealand. I don't know if you've heard of this before.
I haven't.
Basically, it's a shellfish out of New Zealand, and it's very hard to find. Some health food stores will find it. There are a couple formulations. So with our company, this is not the only reason I'm plugging it, but greenlet mussel basically has the same mineral balance of our own bodies.
Which is
It's very
important.
similar to the ocean because it's in the ocean. That's why it has the same mineral balance. But our bodies are able to absorb that, and what it does, it helps repair the cartilage. It helps joint repair. It also helps with inflammation, and then also it helps with that synovial fluid that surrounds a joint. So I don't know if you cause damage to your arches in your foot, or if you've dealt with a podiatrist or anyone like that, but that may be someone that you want to visit, as well as looking and exploring all these foods, because diet is everything. I always tell people, like,
Yes, for
we've
sure.
heard that quote, like, let thy food be thy medicine. And so I'm a firm believer of that. What we put in is what we get out. So if we're putting garbage into our bodies, we start to build up toxins, we get prone to diseases, and all day long we're exposed to oxidation as well.
Yeah.
So, this oxidation, cellular oxidation, is breaking down our bodies daily, and that comes from pollutants, comes from all sorts of environmental factors. So we get enough of it in the environment. Why add it to your diet? With artificial sweeteners, preservatives, colors, all that stuff. So if you can eliminate that stuff out of your diet, you're going to start being healthier, happier, and you're going to have more energy. You're going to be sleeping better, like we talked a little bit about earlier.
Well, also incorporating a lot of dark leafy greens too, so that you can get out all of that bad stuff. It just helps so much get your digestion in the right track, because if your digestion is where it needs to be, then you will notice that you don't have as much pain from inflammation as you did otherwise.
Right. One thing we didn't talk about was stress. Stress is a big factor too. So if you can find ways, I believe in the power of the mind in healing the body as well. So if mentally, if you're not in the right state, if you're suffering from anxiety, depression, you've had any traumatic things or anything, I would suggest try to get those resolved, and try meditation or different, there's different things that you can do to get your body happier, because if your mind is healthy, your mind controls the body. And so if your mind is in a good place, then that is true, Joel. I am 87 years old, and it's really, I've attributed it to not only the High Energy Lab products, but also to these fantastic ingredients that we have here on the show today. So
Can they see these comments, or do we need to read it out loud? So the comment says, "Is it true Mark is 87 years old and he has healthy joints that make him look younger?"
that's true. It all starts from the core. No, so I think the mind is connected as well as the body, as far as what we're putting into our bodies.
Well, the mind affects the body, and the body affects the mind. Like, it all goes together, and eating healthy helps with so many of those.
Sure,
different things,
and when we
putting those
talked
good
about
things in.
stress and these other mental issues, those are, that leads to raised cortisol levels, which causes joint problems and issues like that. It leads to other diseases. It lowers and weakens our immune system. Same thing with sleep. If we're not sleeping well and getting enough sleep, same exact things happen. It can cause you to gain weight. It can cause you to lose weight. Usually what I've seen throughout the years is when people are not sleeping well, they have a tendency to gain weight.
Yeah. So have you heard about the conditions where maybe throughout the day you feel fine, but then in the morning you wake up and you're kind of stiff, have a hard time walking, get out of bed from just different inflammations and things like that?
No,
I've had people
totally,
have that
totally,
problem.
yeah. Especially, the older we get, our metabolism start to slow down, and it's harder for us to make use of, different ingredients that we're putting into our body. So everything basically starts to break down. But if you're sleeping well, that's when our bodies repair, restore, rebuild themselves. And if we're making use of these ingredients, say get the fish oil, the different supplements that we talked about, the cayenne to improve your circulatory system, bromelain, papain, all these anti-inflammatories. Inflammation is kind of the killer. That's what causes and leads to joint problems. And we talked a little bit about earlier, someone said, is it too late? No, it's never too late. Yeah. But our bodies are amazing, and our minds are amazing at healing and repairing our bodies. And so when we can make use of these ingredients, whether that's like the essential fatty acids, eat an avocado a day, put fish oil into your diet if you want to go that way. If not, go with flaxseed oil or whatever you want to do to get those essential oils or coconut oil into your body and make use of that, because that's going to aid with lubricating the joints. And, the key is start doing it today. Get on like a glucosamine or chondroitin product. Start incorporating healthy foods into your diet, and that'll change your body over time.
One thing I don't know if people realize, that joint pain And disease in and of itself is usually inflammation.
Oh, of course.
Like we've talked about cancer being inflammation. There's so many other different kinds of diseases that are because of inflammation. If you think about a disease or a sickness and something trying to cover up and protect it, well, that inflammation just makes it turn into a disease.
Exactly. So like I say, it's never too late to start.
Yeah, I love that.
So,
Thank you.
And even if you're very active, so a lot of people go, look, I'm very active. I run, I hit the gym every day. You know, I'm really into fitness. Those are the type of people, because I do that all the time. You know, I try to hit the gym like 4 times a week. But you want to be taking these anti-inflammatory foods, incorporating essential fatty oils, acids into your diet, because that's going to stop the inflammation. It's going to help your body repair itself and rebuild, you know, replace that synovial fluid, get the inflammation under control, and also repair the cartilage. Because a lot of people don't realize it, because cortisol levels start to go up when we're running, and then they don't notice it until it's like too late. It's like I've destroyed the cartilage in my bones.
And even if you're eating healthy, you don't think, what could I have to improve my cortisol levels?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So get your stress, get everything else out of control.
So Joel wants to know, do either of you have personal stories of you or others healing their bodies through joint health?
Or stories you've heard from friends?
Well, no, I
friends?
have a story. You know, with myself, I injured my back about 8 months ago. I was like doing 450 pounds squatting at the gym, and then I was doing these heavy lunges. I think I had like, I don't remember what it was, 75 pound or 100 pound dumbbells in each hand. And I way overdid it. And then I helped a friend move for 3 days. And I was trying to walk it off. You know, I'm like, keep moving, because that's everyone tells you. And that, you know, keep moving, keep the circulation going. Don't lay there, because then everything starts to stiffen up. So, you know, that's the same thing with like the person who broke both of his feet. The more that you can keep moving and keep that, you know, keep the circulation going, keep the nutrients getting into those joints and getting into all the areas of your foot, no matter where that's at, that's going to help with the healing. So, you know, I crushed like 2 discs in my back that were very bulging, and I'm like went on this high oil diet. I was doing like coconut oil. I was doing like 2 tablespoons of that a day. I was doing fish oil, like the normal dosage was like 2 capsules. I was also doing, you know, straight fish oil out of the bottle. And so I really upped my oil intake. I was taking glucosamine, I was taking chondroitin, I was taking turmeric, you know, trying to eat healthy, all those things, and that really helped with the repair of it, I think. So, I mean, I'm pretty, it's taken some time. I was basically scheduled for surgery in January, and I was able to avoid that. I think a lot of it was to healthy eating and trying to get up and keep moving and doing things like that.
Yeah, I love that. And I myself, I was the story of the person who wakes up in the morning with joint pain. I would wake up and like I couldn't even hardly move.
And you're too young to have joint pain.
I know, I am. It runs in my family, and I always said, I'm not going to get this. And then I focused too much on what I didn't want to get. I ended up getting it. But like my dad has arthritis. And my mom is a marathon runner, and just recently she's kind of had a joint pain. My brother has arthritis, so I'm like praying I don't get it. So now I have been making sure that I eat healthy and making sure that I limit those things, because I can tell what different foods give me inflammation, and so I stay away from them. That's something that a lot of people may not be willing to do, is to notice what foods are causing that inflammation and taking those out of your diet, at least for that amount of time.
Another thing that I've heard is, you know, we keep hearing all this about celiac disease. Yeah. You know, and we, you know, avoid wheat and different things like that because of the gluten. And that can lead to inflammation with a lot of people. Same with milk. You know, there's a lot of people that have problems with milk, and they continue to take it all the time. So
I had to take milk out of my son's diet.
I've kind of cut it way down. You know, I'll take it if I have like a cookie or something like that. I want to take it with the milk or something like that. But I've really cut it out of my diet for breakfast, because we get in this habit. It's like, oh, we got to have cereal. I got to have milk on my cereal from when we're little kids. And it just becomes a big part of our diet. And the reality is, it's not necessarily that good for the human body. It's better for cows. Yeah. So unless you're a cow, then take the milk.
Yep, that's one thing I've heard a lot of people
Well,
say. If there's inflammation, then take out all dairy.
Yeah.
So
I'm real excited for. I keep looking at this
I know, me too.
cheesecake,
It
this
looks so
avocado
good.
cheesecake, and I'm like, I got to try that.
okay, I made this avocado cheesecake,
So can
and
I
it's
bring
been
this over here?
not sitting out for a while, but
Oh, yeah.
it didn't set up as much as it could have, and it really is green, I promise. But because we have a
my
green
gosh.
screen, it changed the color of
It
the
changed it to yellowish.
It turned it to kind of yellow.
It looks
So,
it looks just like an
I
avocado. It
promise
looks like
it's really green.
guacamole.
Yeah.
It's like guacamole.
Yeah,
dude.
it totally does. So every ingredient. Oh, I'm hitting my microphone.
Yeah.
Every ingredient
I'm gonna
is
taste this.
anti-inflammatory. Me too. I'm excited. But
Oh my
I didn't
God.
make it early enough, so it didn't set up as long as it could have.
So it's also very citrusy. What's in there that's
Mm-hmm.
making it citrus? It doesn't even taste like avocado at all. So you did a great job.
It's
on
lime.
it.
So we got lime
So
in
it's
there.
like a lime cheesecake. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say it tastes a little bit like a key lime pie.
Yes.
You need to post the recipe for this for people later.
Yeah, if you
they
guys
wanna
want
make
this
that.
recipe, it has almost every ingredient on this table.
Really? It's got
Yes.
the turmeric in there and
Yeah.
everything? Awesome.
I have turmeric, I have cinnamon, I've got cashews in there, avocados.
I gotta
There
have
is
one
no
more of these.
cayenne. I know. And chew all day in front of everybody. It is seriously so good. If you want this recipe, I would love to give it to you. I will
I need to
call
get
it,
that
since
from
I
you.
made it up, I will call it avocado lime cheesecake.
I thought you would be able to taste the avocado in there, but
No.
So it's really good.
Next time I'm going to add a little bit less lime.
So
I
it's
feel
not
like
as
it's too
citrusy.
much.
It's a little limey, but I like it.
But it's really good. The crust is what the, not the cashews, almonds is the crust.
Really? That's good. I like almonds.
Almonds and coconut.
Nice.
That's our crust.
Well, great
so,
job.
Thank you so much. I want to talk to you about what you have to offer, because there's a lot of things on here that are amazing for joint health, and a lot of things that if you don't know how to make the recipes, or if you don't know how to work it into your daily
Sure.
routine, that someone needs something that is for sure definitely going to work for them.
So with High Energy Labs, we really focus on high-end quality products. So everything's like pharmaceutical grade, clinical doses, patented ingredients, and people are noticing results within 1 to 4 days of taking the products.
Yeah.
So we developed, years ago, we did a lot of research on joint health and joint repair because I thought that was a big problem and a big issue that people were dealing with. And most products out there on the market were just, glucosamine, chondroitin, MSM, and that was about it. So we added that, and we're using a micronized glucosamine. So for greater absorbability, it's about 25% more absorbable than regular glucosamine. And then all these ingredients that we talked about today on the show, all the food ingredients, the anti-inflammatories, it has those in it, plus a lot
So
more
it's a
like aloe
natural
vera.
supplement.
It's a
not
natural
just
supplement.
a whole bunch of chemicals.
No chemicals.
I love
so
that.
no artificial ingredients, no artificial flavors, colors, preservatives, none of that stuff. So it's completely natural. If people want to know where to get it, they can go to the website to High Energy Labs, and I think we have a
HighEnergyLabs.com.
bottle of it right there.
Okay.
That's
awesome.
the multi-flex product.
I want you to feel honored, because I do not promote very many supplements.
Right.
I'm usually against them, and then every once in a while I come across an amazing supplement that I love, that I'm willing to promote because the ingredients are good. The ingredients are something that are going to build you and not give you problems later down the road.
Sure. Well, thank
I
you.
love that. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being on the show.
No, thanks for having me.
It was really fun. Hopefully that helped you guys, give you different things you can do for joint health, whether it's eating these awesome foods that we had today, or whether it is taking the supplement that he talked about, which I highly recommend. I will put my stamp of approval on it. It's
Thank
very
you.
good. So next week we're going to talk about how to eat different foods in the different colors of the rainbow to help with your emotions, as well as healing your body and losing weight. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.